everyone, welcome to my channel, Empress Aries 888. My name is Tanya. Well, please like on the way in. Gives me an energetic donation to the channel, helps me tune into you. Flip the roles as you see fit. Take what resonates from these collective readings and toss the rest. And let's call in spirit and let's get this party started, shall we? Spirit guides and angels of your whitest light, please give me a clear message for the collective, one that brings healing, hope, and understanding of their situation. Protect me as I open myself up to channel these messages and protect my beautiful collective. And beautiful each and every one of you are to me. I love you. Thank you so much. For those that are tuning in for the first time, welcome. And for my returning beauties, loves you fams. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, so I always start out with doing a little bit of energy work, what I call Reiki-esque. I'm not a master, but I do like working with energy, so I'm going to start that. If you are not into that, you can certainly fast forward to the actual tarot card reading. Appreciate you regardless. So let's go. Let's get some Reiki-esque energy started. I love it. Let's cleanse the aura, sweeping in some of that beautiful smoke that's all over the place. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. These are timeless readings, my loves. So anytime you tune in, it's a good time. All right, so I'm going to do the nut rattle, and that's going to cause a little bit of sound. So just lower the volume if you're sensitive. Okay, as I mentioned, collective readings, any energy, any sign. Energy does not have a gender. I will say he or she. You can use they or them, skip the pronouns altogether. It is totally up to you. Okay, and what I'm going to do is some black tourmaline for protection. Protect me, protect my beautiful collective, protect the space. And I want to thank spirit, my spirit guides, my ancestors, higher resident beings for joining us at this table, my spiritual table. I certainly do appreciate that. All right, and I'm gonna bang the gong and call in spirit proper in 3, 2, 1, go. Amen. All right, so we're gonna start with a few decks. I got them hidden over here versus all over the place so that I can show off my tarot table, which I love so much. My beautiful Broncos, baby. Okay, and these are timeless readings, if I didn't say that, if I didn't mention it. All right, Spirit, give me a clear message for the collective, one that helps them have an understanding, a general message. What's the general message? Karmic femme and unexpected money. Okay. Is a karmic femme expecting some money, and gender is not a factor. We do have male or female. I will point out genders, right? It will do that. If it shows it here, I will say he or she. I will point out numerology. I will point out astrology, but I don't get hung up on any of those things, because masculine energy, we have both masculine and feminine within us, each of us. Okay? Energy can change as far as numerology, right? The numbers are there, but energy can change those numbers. And astrology, well, we have more than one astrological sign aspected, so I don't focus on those things. But I will point them out, my friends. I will point them out. All right, Spirit, give me a message here. And the Kipperish is part of Intuitive Kev, who is on YouTube, and his shop, Intuitive Kev, is on Etsy. He also has 2 other decks, the ITEF Tarot and Tarot deck that he has created, and the extra deck, which he has created. Yeah, he is creative. All right, and I have also another one that I wanted to point out that I love so much, which is the Beloved Oracle I'm going to use today. That's also on Etsy, the Mystic Shop. You can pick that up as well. All right, Spirit, can you give me a message, please, for the overall, the general, the collective? Your relationship is here. Somebody's in a relationship, or you in a relationship. And abuse. Oh, boy. must we go into this fuck shit every single time? Spirit come through. Okay, so somebody's in an abusive relationship or was in abusive relationship, past, present, and future energy is always at play. 4 could be a significant number. 54 could be significant, or 45 if you do it backwards. 9, so there's a completion or an ending, something that really broke you down and broke your heart is what I'm hearing. Could be you, could be your person. Flip the roles. Yep, you had opposition. Somebody was in opposition to you. 8 is significant. So you're in a relationship with an abuser, somebody that was your op. Somebody put you through it. Could have been physical abuse too. I'm sorry if that did happen to you. Okay. And what about any other card, Spirit, to add to this? Yes, a health concern. So 31 could be significant, or 13 reduces down to 4. 4 is here again. Yeah, I'm not going to take the back. What about the abuse, Spirit? What's this about? There's a health concern. They might have stressed you out. Somebody that was considered a nice guy, or they did this to you, a nice guy. Nice guy or girl, energy is energy. 61 could be significant. 16, or reduces down to a 7. So a health concern for a nice guy. Could be the stress of it that created that. Yep, nice guy. Somebody that looks good on the outside could have been creating this health concern. Yep, and then they're spreading a false narrative about you. So 89, 98, 17, or 8. So 8 could be significant. All right, let's get into it. Intuitive Kev is here. Hey, boo, what's going on? Use your intuition, or you're being asked to use your intuition if it's still going on. But there's a nice guy here that you are in a relationship with, or somebody that presents themselves as a nice guy, wants people to believe they're a nice guy or girl, feminine energy, right? Is spreading a false narrative about you. Maybe saying that you were abusing them, maybe saying that you were opposing them, you made it impossible in the relationship to continue, wants to present themselves as a nice person to the outside world. Maybe even creating a health concern, or saying that they have health concerns because of the stress that you put them under. But intuition, they're lying. It's not true. But it's the rumor that they're spreading, or the false narrative that they're spreading to other people. People that you probably have, mutual friends, or people in the neighborhood, or people that you have in common, could be even family members, that they're saying this to, making you look like the problem. That's what it sounds like. All right, let's go into Deviant Moon. Spirit, give me some more information about this nice guy, please. What did this nice guy do in this relationship? But really, it was actually, this person was verbally and could be physically abusing you. You might not be going around telling everybody what was happening. You could even have health concerns. But they're putting it on their situation, right? They're saying they have the concern, the health concerns. They're stressed out all the time because of what you did to them. Yes, and people are buying into it. Some of these people maybe even ghosting you, or not talking to you anymore, because they felt sorry for this person, when it was really the opposite, is what I'm hearing. All right, Spirit, give me some information on this abuse. What happened here? Yeah, look at this. It's like a bullying almost. Ooh, child, 10, 13. Look at that. It's like, it looks like the Empress. The fertile, but what it looks like, it looks like a bully. Somebody that is stepping on somebody smaller, and that could be you. 13 reduces down to 4, so 4 could be significant. You might be seeing that, but look at this. It's craziness. Yeah, the Hierophant. This was somebody that you were married to, Well, actually, it's not 10. All right, so it's not 13. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 8 is here again. So you could be seeing 8, 8. Synchronicity. 88 could be a year of being born. But it looks like somebody here is stepping on somebody else. Could be a parental figure. It looks like they're pregnant. Could be somebody like that. Somebody that's it looks motherly almost. Stepping on their children. Somebody that's a terrible, like could be a brutal parent. A vicious parent. Somebody that you could have been married to. Or had like one of those traditional relationships with, connections. Yes. Hang on. Everything wants to come out, spirit. So this could be that nice guy or girl. 6 is here. Somebody that other people looked up to. Revered almost. So they have that nice guy image. Could be a Knight of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody that people thought was, I don't know, like a tough guy maybe. Sword at the ready, was maybe one of those people that was cutting with their tongue. Somebody that was strong. That's the way they wanted to project this image. Somebody to look up to and admire is what I'm hearing. But look, conflict is here. 5. Conflict, struggles, infighting, even in the house. So they presented themselves as a nice guy out to the world, or girl, and they had this image they were trying to maintain so people could look up to them. They wanted people to look up to them. Knight of Swords, but they were very cutting with their mouth, and they caused a lot of problems behind the scenes, maybe even bullying their children and bullying you. Yes. It was like their way or the highway. Yeah, devil energy. Okay? Control, control, control is what I'm hearing. They wanted to control the narrative and look like they had everything under control. But it was bullying. It was bullying, and it was also like through any means necessary, even abuse, to get their way. Yeah, I believe it's 6 of Swords. No, 6 of Cups is here. Nostalgia. Memories. Maybe you don't have any good memories of this person. It was always like the devil and the angel, right? The memories that you have of them is very toxic. But what they present to the world is very different. You have justice coming, so people are going to learn a truth about this person. Ace of Swords. There's going to be some clarity that cuts through the bullshit. The two-facedness is going to show through. It's going to be showing through by what they say about you. Sun, it's going to illuminate a truth about what's happened here. Maybe even some clarity, right? Some communication. Something's going to come through where somebody's going to tell their truth, maybe a child, about what this person's been doing, bullying you, bullying them, that type of thing. People are going to say that they're not the innocent person and in control as they try to make themselves out to be. Yeah, Page of Cups. There's an immaturity. It could be a child that loves this person, but also is honest about it, what they're doing. It's like they want to control, like people speaking on their name, or even love itself is very controlled by this person. It could be an immature way they deal with life. They can't handle life. And they're yelling, or they're creating like this toxic environment that you had to deal with, walk on eggshells maybe with this person. Because they have this trigger-happy personality where they just flip out on the drop of a cat, you know what I mean? But the world saw them as, you know, this fatherly or motherly figure that was so loving to their kids. Maybe they had a lot of pictures on social media that made them look like this perfect parent. But then there's this devil aspect of, you know, you're going to do what I say. Burdening people, Page of Wands, right? Burdening their children. Stressing them out. There's going to be a truth about what went on in that environment. They're not going to look like this idyllic family when it's all busted up. That's what's going to happen. But people are going to take sides at first, of course. Yeah, debt. This person's in massive debt, spending more than they have. Social media is here. I feel like there's a lot of like that's going to be played out on social media, where people are going to see this person by, you know, their actions. They present something on social media that's so idyllic, but people are going to see the truth that this person lives a double life. Yeah, it's like their life is going to become like a total disaster. People are going to see what a disaster it is. Maybe by their dating life, other people are going to see that they're a hot mess. Yes. But I feel like it's going to be a lot of what they say, like memes or quotes. People are going to see the ugliness of this person. You could be the female. Yes, look at it. It's like they made you want to unalive. Hopefully you never did this. But it's like this person isn't innocent. There's blood on this person's hands. And maybe not literally, but they created a very, disaster in the family. It was just like their toxicity spilled out to the point where people just wanted to unalive. Maybe you did at one time. It was all like a cover-up. Now it's like afterwards they're cleaning up the mess in the sense of putting the blame on you. Any other cards, Spirit? Hopefully if you did want to unalive, or you do now, get help. No, get help. There's help out there. Marriage or wedding. You were married to this person. But this person wasn't there. They were missing out of the relationship. They ghosted you, or they disappeared, or they just weren't. I don't know. It just seems like this person just played games. Maybe even on the dating scene online, or doing stuff like that while you were home with the kids, or whatever the case. It was like this was. You needed healing. This is bad. Ooh, child, this is a hot ass mess. Maybe they're seeking revenge now because they're blaming you. They're blaming you. Yeah, dismemberment. They're just pulling. They had oh my God, look at this. They had an affair. Could have been motels or hotels, going to motels or hotels. And now they're assassinating your character and picking apart you to other people. Yes, they are. They're making it out to be your fault. You're the problem. You were always the problem. You were the one that created the ending. You might have had to walk away from this person, or this person ended it with you. You know, whatever the case is, they're like a character assassination on you. They're making it out that it's your fault while they're having affairs, or maybe they're saying that about you. But they're throwing you under the bus. And maybe they're trying to seek some sort of revenge because you did leave a toxic situation that you needed to heal from. But they picked apart your character and really slandering your name. While this person's having affairs or getting into relationships or dating other people while they were married. And they're probably saying that you're the one that was doing that. Yep. Here they are. 3 of Pentacles. Teamwork makes the dream work. Maybe they were teaming up with other people. This King of Pentacles. But they made it justified. Like you were the one that left the relationship. And it was okay for them to do what they wanted to do. They were behind the scenes, like, I don't know. It's like it's hard to explain it, but they were really like disparaging your name. And it wasn't you. It was this person that was living a double life. And look, they broke your heart. 3 swords in your heart. Yeah. Ghosted you to be with somebody else. Yep. Any other cards, Spirit? Thank you. Ace of Wands, started a new beginning somewhere else. Yep. New beginning. Maybe you had to walk away and start a new beginning. But look at this. This is what they wanted. Sorry. They wanted you trapped. They wanted you trapped. 8 of Swords. Not going anywhere. You were loving to this person. Queen of Cups here. But you had to walk away from the situation because they gave you no choice. All they put is conflict and chaos in your life. Maybe even competition. Or, even worse, having to justify or explain to people because they assassinated your character, made you look like the bad person, right? You're standing there defending yourself against all these people. And they don't even know the true story. Lovers, it's a choice. This person made a choice towards somebody else. Because they thought what? Because they thought they were going to have victory. Left you there holding the bag. Maybe even in financial straps, working hard. And at a crossroads, you had to make a decision about the situation. Empress. They're the Empress. You're every queen of the damn deck, but they couldn't see that because they were too busy playing, nice guy over here while they had this double life. Presenting themselves as one thing to people and then behind your back doing a whole other thing. Having this miserable personality. They'd come home, you'd be walking on eggshells with this person. One minute they're happy, and then the next minute they're blaming everybody for all their problems. And it's all their family's problems. While the world, they're presenting this wonderful, easygoing person. They ain't easygoing behind closed doors, that's for damn sure. You might have worked hard, but you hardly had anything. You were overburdened being with this person. Well, they're sitting there like the Sultan, right? And you manifested away the hell out of this situation. Something is coming in quick for you, okay? And that's going to put this person in sleepless nights and anxiety. Something's coming in quick, and I feel like it's a truth. And that's why they're like getting ahead of it. They're trying to put out their story first before you even try to defend yourself. Yeah, this is a shit show. You're the Queen of Wands here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Oh my word. I feel like this person really thought that their life was in their hands. The control was there. But really, Spirit is teaching them that they have absolutely no control because they put people in their path that were going to teach them a far better lesson than you could. You had to learn a lesson to love yourself and walk away from this person. Despite the fact that you had a family with this person, maybe years invested in this person, because they were never going to choose you. And they were always going to present this face of this loving family member while they're throwing your ass under the bus and blaming you for everything that goes wrong in this situation. Probably opening up a can, right, of a toxic memory you might have had growing up, where you see in a similar situation and you put up with it. It was a trauma bond that you might have had from seeing your parents going through similar situations, a generational thing. And you pick this person because there was some sort of innate reminder of something of your past. And this person overburdened you, treated you like what? That you were a cash cow, and then went behind your back and said all kinds of nasty things about you. Created this narrative. Maybe you had to walk away from this person for your own mental health. And they went around calling you crazy. They went around calling you too much, or a nag, or that you made it impossible to stay with them while they were going around cheating behind your back online, social single sites. Confirmation. But you had to get out of that situation quick, and maybe that was something that put you in your anxiety of walking away, leaving behind, not knowing what was going to happen. But I'm telling you, you had no choice. Maybe you were guided out by your ancestors. It's time to leave. And you were undecided for a long time, but they left you no choice. You had to go. Oops, Spirit, come through. Genuine. No games, no masks, just real love, pure intention, and an open heart. You can feel the difference when it's genuine, and you were genuine. This person's going to find out that you were the genuine article. And these people that they have chosen over you, they're going to find out they don't compare, not even close. But it's going to be too late. Hang on. I gotta drink some tea. Security. True stability isn't just about standing still. It's about being rooted enough to weather change without losing your center. And you had to figure that out. You invested time, money, and effort. But you had to realize that this wasn't secure. This was very, look at this, overburdened. Tears, crying, 3 of Swords, broken heart. There was no security here. It was you putting in the effort, and this person, I don't even know what the fuck to say about it. This person just taking. This person just using. This person just slandering. That's about all you got out of the deal. You might have had children, but that was even more of a reason to root you and stay. They kept you pregnant, or they kept you, if you were a female, pregnant, or if you were the man in the situation, kept getting pregnant, so that you would stick around and they would have more of a grip on you. It was all about control. Return to sender. Everything they send you away, pain, envy, chaos, is circling back. Spirit made sure they feel what they tried to project. And this is what I'm telling you. This person's going to feel the loss of you because it's messy. Look at this. This situation is a hot mess. Constant fighting, hidden drama, secrets, and addictions all tangled up behind the scenes. And they're going to only get deeper into those things and only scratch the surface. You weren't into the gameplay. You didn't even know you were part of a game. Yeah. But it was a 911 situation. You can hear the ambulance in the background. You needed to get the hell out because this was so toxic that it was dragging you under. Curiosity killed the cat. They were just playing. But curiosity pulled them into a deep, toxic karmic mess. Now they can't find their way out. Here you go. Amen. They're in a mess. Caught in a trap with a person that's similar to them. Now they could sit back and blame you and say you left them high and dry. You left them because you had no damn choice. They didn't leave you no choice. They were not faithful to you. They were not nice to you. They slandered your name. They dragged your name through the fucking mud. And what they're going to get back is far worse than what they ever gave you. And they're going to learn through that lesson. It was a lesson, as I mentioned, that you could not teach them. This comic bullshit that they're going through. Yeah. They have done this before to other comics, but this particular comic, the one that they're with now, is going to teach them a huge lesson. It's a messy shit show. And you had to release this person. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It means making room. What no longer serves can't stay where healing is trying to grow. You need to heal. Healing came twice here. You need to let go of this person. You need to let go of this situation because it was going absolutely nowhere and quick. And this person was just going to drain you dry until there was nothing left for you to give. And you were already at the point where you wanted to unalive because of this person. And nobody's worth that. You're a good person and you deserve to be loved and happy. Spirit knows that. You need to know that. You're more than just this situation. You're a beautiful human being. And yes, this took a lot out of you. But don't lose hope that there are good people in the world, my love. Because there is. And your life isn't over just because this person isn't in your life at this time. There are other people. I remember in the Bible, one of the greatest texts that it was saying is that if you lose father or mother or daughter or son, then I will provide somebody for you to take that place. You will find happiness again. You need to find healing first, and then happiness within. Then everything else will tumble on afterwards. But first, you need to heal, my love. One day at a time. Baby steps. Confirmation. Thank you so much for joining me on Empress Aries 888. Please like and subscribe and join my tribe because I'd love to have you as part of my soul family. And to my soul family, thank you so much for joining me. I love you. I love you. Copy love to each and every one of you. And for those that are new, welcome. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to read for you. And for those that are going through this, I love you. Hugs and hearts. Take care of yourself. Until next time, be safe out there, my friends. Be blessed.